welcome to another episode of Empowered Podcast. I am one of your co-hosts, Michael Abney.
And I am Marilyn Egan, joining Michael today. Yes.
And this is a podcast where we talk about living life just a little bit more consciously all the time. All of our conversations, our guests are all geared towards just kicking it up and take it to the next level. And today, I am so excited because I've been trying to get you on our podcast for so damn long. And you're always out doing something on one coast or the other. But I was just so fortunate to get to know you about a year and a half, 2, 3, I don't even know. It's at least
it's been about 3 years.
Yeah.
3 years.
Yeah. Wonderful Dr. Marty Casey. Thank you so much for coming by the podcast today.
I am so happy to be here. Want to thank you all for having me in this lovely space. I mean, this is so cute. I love it. So, all of that.
We are
Feel the energy.
so grateful you're here.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Yay.
Yeah.
I love what you do. I've got to just experience you from we went out and we've done some filming, we've done some on the ground work, and I got to understand, where you're coming from and what you're creating. And you took this feeling or need that you saw in your community and our community, and you did something about it. You made something happen. And I was fortunate enough to follow you around one day and film you. And I literally caught you doing this thing
Wow.
live. I know we couldn't put it out there because we didn't have the guy's permission, and we don't know who he was because he was just
That's
at a
true.
damn bus stop. But you made a miracle happen at a bus stop.
Oh, my goodness.
And that day never left me. You never left me. Your energy, because you're the embodiment of what I coach people to do. Find the thing, find the problem, find the thing that's the ick. Don't cover it up. But look at it in the light of day.
The action
and
happen.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
just,
Yes.
Yeah.
I wanted you to come on just to share your story and where you see this, the world that we're living in today is all turning, and there's something wonderful coming out the other end of this. And we love talking to folks like you that are part of that next level.
Wow. Well, I'm going to try to just get to the meat of everything, if you will. I want to allow the listeners to know who I am real quickly. I went from being a troubled teen to then becoming a global peace ambassador. Now, how does that happen? The only way that could happen is that I really went inside myself, if you will, like a turtle in a shell. When a turtle goes inside its shell, a lot of times people think because the turtle is fearful. But no, the turtle goes inside itself so that it can protect itself, as well as really pull from the inner energy, because that's where the source is, the inner energy that's inside of you, so that when you do come back out into the world, you know how to maneuver in a proper way to basically add to, not take away, to stay alive and to continue down the road of journey. The turtle's not even moving fast, right? Because it stays on its journey. It knows exactly where it's going. So there's really no reason to move fast, but they move with intention. And that's really the life that I live. I live the life of a turtle where I move with intention. And so with that being in mind, once I understood what was happening in my life on the inside, I had a lot of trauma growing up. I experienced a lot of trauma in my home, and I became angry. And I was responding in a very angry way. But not only did I see myself hurting others around me unintentionally, but the person that was hurting the most, it was me. It was me. And I hope that even right now, those who are listening, if you find yourself in that place of dealing with some extreme hurt and pain, and you might want to say, well, I'm feeling that way because this person did that to me, and then this happened, and I lost my job, and then this and that, da-da-da-da. I really want you to stop right now and just think, out of everything you name, who is hurting the most? It's you. Everything that you've gone through, you're going through it for a purpose and a reason. You may not be able to see how the puzzle pieces are coming together, but trust me, it's a part of your story. And you can never change your story. You can't change what happened. You can only change how you feel about it. And so I teach people through UnGUN Institute how to emotionally grow up. I want them to emotionally grow up.
Yes. So in some of the work I do, what we see eventually is that difficult, challenging, painful time. You developed skills and gifts that serve you now
Yeah.
in
Oh.
your big, big purpose in life.
Yes,
Yeah.
because you've grown up.
Right.
So now you're
right.
tapping into that purpose, right?
Yeah, it's goosebumps everywhere.
I love it. I love it because
yeah.
it is really just that simple.
It is.
So what are those tools and techniques? What are those things that we can do on a daily basis to aid us into
Right.
getting to that place, right? To staying on our journey. And because we're going to run across some people that energy-wise we don't necessarily mesh with, right? And we're going to run into some situations that it didn't feel good. But you are still you, and you still have a purpose, and you're still on that journey. You still have to get there just like that turtle. So
Exactly.
we want to teach those tools and techniques through UnGUN, showing them how to ungun. What is ungunning? Ungunning has nothing to do with infringing upon someone's Second Amendment rights. Nothing to do with that at all.
Right.
So far from that. But ungunning is being able to undo, let go, get rid of, and move away from those things that no longer serve you. Because what happened that made you feel what you felt, it was almost as if you was hit by a trauma bullet out of nowhere. You didn't see it coming. Boom. You just got hit. And then that trauma bullet gets lodged inside of you. And everything that you do moving forward, you can still feel that pain. So your decisions on how you show up and how you start to treat other people is based off of that trauma bullet that's still lodged inside of you. Hurt people. Healed
Yes.
people. Heal people.
Oh,
Yes.
Right?
Yes, exactly.
And so my concern when you just mentioned, Michael, like, why did I make it such a broad mission in terms of going inside of my community, beyond myself? Because I started to see more people in my community show up just like I did before I understood what was happening on the inside of me. And I said, oh, wow, I think I can help. I think I may have that medicine, like we can bottle it up and let's distribute and help others to get to that place of healing. So that's how I actually stepped into this work. Now, what do I use to basically communicate with anyone? The arts, because the arts has such a calming energy already infused inside of it. When you're talking about music and dance and theater and poetry and all of those things that embodies creation, that means we accept you and your expression right where you are. You don't have to apologize for how you feel. You just have to recognize that you feel that way. And then now how can we protect how you feel and safely place it inside of this room or community or on your job or, in places with other people? Because guess what? They have feelings too. So it's like putting a salad together. It's like, okay, I have the lettuce, you have some tomatoes, you got a pickle, you know what I mean? We want to make sure we're blending and building this salad together, and that, my ingredient doesn't mess up your ingredient, but it enhances it.
Oh,
Exactly.
wow.
Oh, I love that. And that's all about creation.
It's creation.
Yes. And
Yes.
that's what we're here to do is
What do you
create
like?
upon creation,
Yeah.
right?
What do you like? What do you need? So let me add what you have to what I have
Yes.
and to what Michael has. And now look what we have together.
Yeah.
It all belongs to us. We all take responsibility and accountability. We created and we built this from something that all of us at some point in time may have really, been hurting from. But
Right.
I have this. This is what I have left out of that situation, right?
Yes.
So I'm bringing it to the
exactly.
table.
Yeah.
What's healing mean to you?
Wow, that's powerful. Healing, what it means to me,
That's what you're doing.
yeah, it's truly a feeling. Healing is a feeling. If you can feel it, you can heal it, right? So it's one of those things where, again, being honest with how you feel, just being honest. So healing is being honest about what you're feeling on the inside, and how can we maneuver around those things and still be okay and still show up and still be great and still get the job done. That's when you know that you're healing in spite of what I've been through, who someone else may say I am or label me from an experience that they had with me or it. I'm bigger than those things. You're bigger than those things. Our belief system, our experiences, all of that helps us to decide how we're going to show up, right?
Exactly.
But if we put a label on the table right now and we try to figure out how can we be that, whatever it is we put there, it's going to be different with all of us because I can only be that based off of my experiences.
Exactly.
Based off of my belief system.
It's last night I was having a conversation with somebody and he was sharing like this is the first time in his life he's feeling comfortable in his skin. Like even where he's working is an expression of himself so aligned that he feels comfortable. Like there's no difference between the work and life. Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah.
He's gotten to a place of acceptance.
Yeah. And
that's
like
that
when you're
emotional grow up that I'm talking about. That's what he just reached.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's a different place.
Yeah.
That's a different place. You create differently from there. Everything's different from when you're complete whole and see that in yourself. So in many ways, what I'm getting from that, when we all have some sort of like trauma bullet. Like there's every day there are people being hit with things that they never saw it coming.
Never saw
I
it
can
coming.
think of 10 yesterday.
Drive-by trauma bullets. Drive-by trauma bullets, right.
For real. Like,
but you don't want them to stay inside of you. That's the thing. And that's what ungunning is. Ungunning helps those trauma bullets to safely be removed so it doesn't hurt you and it doesn't hurt anyone else. Because if you keep those trauma bullets inside and they release, then they could possibly hurt someone that you are engaging with or you're in close proximity with because it's energy, right?
Yes.
Trauma is energy, is what it is. And trauma is transferable. Healing is also energy.
Yes.
And it is also transferable.
Absolutely.
You know what I just saw when you were talking about
Somebody
the expression.
Skinny and tall. What did you see?
Beautiful, yes. And what I saw was like our throat chakra. It's the most complex chakra there is. It's in between the head and the heart, and it's responsible for expression, not always in words. It can be in art. It can be in writing. It can be expressed in so many different ways, but it's also creative. And it's kind of like you let them and allow them to express through this throat chakra, which then allows a pathway for the head and the heart to start communicating and connecting. And that's where the healing occurs. I still have goosebumps. But that's a picture I got when you were speaking about how you do this.
I love that because in UnGUN, through our workshops, what we teach, it's all about mind, body, and spirit, right? They work as one. That's your team. That's your inner team. And when you are in a place of anxiety or feeling not centered, it's because your team, they're not on one accord.
Yeah.
So just simply remembering something like that will help you throughout the day. When you feel like you're at battle with something, you literally need to sit and relax and breathe and be intentional and pull your team into the center circle, your inner circle of yourself. So you have to go inside yourself in order to do that and say, hey, listen, I'm feeling something right now and it doesn't feel good. As a matter of fact, I feel like I'm being triggered. I've been here before emotionally. What's going on? Which one of you all not with me? Is it coming from your spirit? Is it coming from your body or your mind? See, because the spirit sends a message to the mind and tells the mind what to think based off of what it's experienced before. And then the mind sends a message to the body and tells the body how to react based off of how it has shown up before. But if it doesn't serve you, you shut it all down and you go in and you make sure you coach your team. You're the coach.
Yes.
And clear your throat chakra.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because that is the connector, and like this can be a stop.
Here's another cool thing about the throat chakra that a lot of people don't know. This is just an energy worker piece, but if you're aware of chakras in your body, there's a chamber for each chakra in the throat. So so that's what I was seeing when you said call in your team. I'm like, yeah, of all the chakras and body, mind, all of it together.
Because it tunnels through that throat. So I can't even get a message from my spirit to my head if the throat is not.
Yes.
We did a whole series on season 2. So there is actual podcast on every chakra and on the throat chakra. Listen to that one. Just go back into the thing and listen to that one. If you want to know how there's exercises and stuff, you can be aware to keep that. Because out of that, because we were doing that podcast series, and Marilyn's an expert in this. I was blown away by that. There's a clearing where you can just go like this. I know you guys can't see it, but go listen to whatever episode, the throat chakra episode. But it's like taking your hand and go, Marilyn, you're the expert.
Well, the funny part about it is we did some clearing around your heart, and sometimes the congestion, you'll like this, the congestion that is right between the heart chakra and the throat chakra.
Right here.
It's not being able to speak your heart, right? So Michael's going, oh, I feel this here now. And we're like, okay, that's
like a lump in your throat.
That's the next podcast.
Yes.
So we went ahead and taped it that day too.
This is the logo for UnGUN. That's why that art comes straight across, because to UnGUN, if you look at the U as being your body, so then the UnGUN comes straight across your body, as you said, to almost clear it. Right. That's what we do. We UnGUN, we clear all those things out the body that you don't need, that goes deep. And then the paintbrush there comes straight across so that now you can create.
That's it.
Now you can create. So
there's some intelligence that's underneath all this, because
you say it one way, I say it another.
Yes.
But you're saying it different. Yes,
that's the brilliance of it all.
Yes.
Don't you, like, for me, I love seeing more of it, like more explanations of.
Absolutely.
It just opens something else
beautiful.
up.
Yeah.
I love it.
Isn't it awesome and amazing?
Yeah.
So imagine. So what we're doing right now with creation, we're recreating a language, another way of speaking, of using words that you may be accustomed to saying it one way. I'm saying it another way. But how can we blend the two to say the same thing? And we now push that communication back out into the atmosphere. Because things start to evolve. It starts to change over a period of time. And that's why you're hearing words like trauma and energy and chakra and, things that we didn't necessarily hear before. Is becoming a common core language.
Thank you. We did a podcast on this a couple of podcasts ago where we were talking about, we have this like twin language thing going on where you'll say something, I just know what it means, but like I realize people have no idea what that means. So it's like our language is like what we're stepping into, like this new energy world that's, at another octave, if you were listening to last podcast, operates just a little bit differently. And it's like it's like all of it mixing that's going to produce the contrast for the new world that we're.
Absolutely. Right. Can I give an example of that language shift?
Yes.
So growing up, I think, we heard, my daughter's 30. So when my daughter was growing up, we heard put the child in time out. So I don't use that language. I use put someone in time in. Time in means literally going inside of yourself.
Yes.
And having that moment to self-care. Because when you were out in the open with other energies, it just was not beneficial to you. It was not serving you. So now that may be the indication that you need to break away in self-care. So go inside yourself, take a time in and create, see what's there, talk to your team and do what's necessary. And I teach this to my 8-year-old grandson.
Yeah.
It's remarkable.
They get it.
Yes, because it's a new language that I'm introducing along with the making the action happen, right? That follow-up. And now he understands it. That's a part of our ungunning and our Be the Village curriculum that we take inside of schools. And so I'm looking to go inside of schools, especially here in the St. Louis area, to teach this new language.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Can you imagine? I show up and I tell every child, there's no such thing as a timeout anymore. Do away with that. That's gone. That's out the door. As of today, we're doing time ends. And that means you get to go inside yourself and create self-care.
Yeah. You get me time.
You know, so it does.
That
It's
used
no
to be a
longer
form
sounds angry.
of getting everybody in the same wavelength. Or I'm avoiding saying the word controlled, but getting everybody to all their ducks in a row.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody's sitting there and you're saying that time out and then the time in, that's a paradigm shift.
Yes.
Totally. Because
Absolutely.
time out is like, okay, you
Ostracized.
think about
You're
what.
outside the
Something's wrong with
tribe.
you.
Something
Yeah,
wrong with you.
yeah.
You're
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
Go sit in the corner.
And you need to figure out how you can fit
in.
instead of, go
Showing-
inside
yeah.
and figure
We're
out.
going to ostracise you till you fit into the tribe. And that energy is so not.
It's more negative energy.
Yeah.
And hurt people hurt people. So, of course, that's why we're seeing a lot of adults, young adults right now, kind of showing up in a very different way. And it's because we put that language on them that wasn't fair.
Right.
So we need to undo that. We need to ungun that.
Yeah.
And
And
their
be
inner
great.
being knows that they just really want to be free. They want to be free of
Some of the
the
most
control
brilliant. Yes.
and constraints.
I look at my daughter who's 30. She's so brilliant.
Yeah.
She's so brilliant. But we speak a different language. And then even my grandson and I speak a different language. And I'm like, well, what's going on here? And I'm going to keep it real simple because my grandson taught me this. We do Taco Tuesdays in my house. And so he only eats his tacos with meat in red sauce. And then all of a sudden he started putting cheese on it. I'm like, so when did you start eating cheese on your tacos? He says, I've been eating cheese, Mama, you didn't notice? I said, no, but you didn't tell me. And that's when I had an aha moment. I'm waiting on him to tell me something, and he's waiting on me to see it.
Ooh. Wow. Yeah.
Let that sink in,
That's
kids.
profound.
Let that sink in.
Mhm.
Yeah. And that's when I realized that the reason that it appears as if we're speaking different languages is because the process of how they receive the information has altered. He needs me to notice and for me to say something versus me waiting on him to come to tell me.
You were present to hear that. You know how many parents are so distracted with their lives that they would never even hear someone
That was such a life
literally
lesson for
saying
me.
that.
Yeah, it was such a life lesson. And moving forward, as I started to pay attention to, and I would notice and I say something, he comes with truth and honesty and acceptance and whatever it is, even if it's something that he didn't do right. But because I noticed and I said something, he comes with honesty.
Well, that's beautiful. Yeah.
Growing up, how many of us heard, if something happens, you need to tell me? How many of us had that growing up? Or whatever goes on inside of our house, it stays in our house. You don't go outside and say anything. How many of us heard that growing up?
Or you kept your mouth shut because you didn't want to get hit.
Yeah, with that too. Yeah, right?
That stuffs a lot of stuff in people.
Yes.
Growing up, that you start thinking that that's normal, that's just like, oh, you know?
And it's not. Or I will say this, maybe at that particular time, you did what you saw being done. Okay, so maybe it was normal at that particular time, but it didn't serve us. So we can ungun that because we can't change what happened, right?
Right.
So we will ungun all of that childhood trauma, and now we'll recreate another language that serves us better today. That's what ungunning is, and that's why it is.
Love that you're redefining that, you know, and taking the charge out of the gun word and the violence words. And like, we all know that's happening. You know, we all know it's happening. But yet, this is not acknowledging that that's not happening, but it's also at the same time like being powerful with it and allowing it to rise up. Because anything that you allowed to really rise up will disappear or transform.
Absolutely.
Right.
Have you all ever did the Coke and the oil? You ever did that scientific? And I'm going to explain it. It's like if you take a cup and you pour some oil in the bottom of the cup. And then you continue to pour some Coke in it, a little bit at a time. Now, what the oil represents is kind of like who we are. What we're born with some stuff in us sometimes, and we go through a lot of stuff. That trauma, that's what that oil represents. And the Coke, just pouring in it as we continue to take on the tools and the techniques and the tips of life that helps us to feel better. That's what that Coke represents. And after a while, that Coke pushes that oil. It separates and pushes the oil completely out.
It sits on top.
It sits on top, and you keep pouring it, and then that's what gets pushed out. So I want you to look at the oil as being your trauma. But Coke is the real thing. Keep pouring the real thing in it. Keep pouring the real thing in it. Keep listening to this podcast. Keep ungunning. Keep hanging around people that add to your positive energy. Keep pouring it inside yourself.
Yeah. That way you stop thinking that it's a one and done, or I'm looking for a fix outside myself. Because it's never that.
It's never that. You got to keep pouring in the real thing. And as you do that, before you know it, all of that trauma, that childhood oil from the belief systems of how they thought that was the way to send us to timeout or to hit us or whatever the case may be. We know now that's not going to gain good results. You're going to eventually push all of that out.
Yeah. Oh, I love that too.
Go home and try it. Go home and try that tonight.
Yeah.
The oil and the Coke.
That's perfect.
And get your feedback, because this is the first time you met Dr. Marty.
Yes.
Like, I'm just so, because I see it.
Yes.
But, what are you feeling inside?
I'm feeling she is a walking activator, a walking, miracle worker. Just your energy, even without working too hard, is doing the job.
Oh, wow.
Does that, it's the beingness that you carry.
Thank you.
It's fabulous.
Wow.
And I love the rewording, which is so important and powerful. And it's not that we're saying our generations past were wrong. They did the best they could.
Did what they could
everybody did.
Everybody did. And just by, it's recreating. It's not bashing that's wrong, this is it. It's recreating. And I love that approach. And you're doing energy work without even knowing it.
Well, thank you. Thank you for saying that.
Yes.
And I just want to add to that. No, I don't think any generation, and because we're here because of them, right?
Exactly.
So I don't ever want anyone listening to think that we would ever feel like what has happened in our past was just awful or so wrong. Because each part of that led us to where we are today.
Yes.
Even when I started off with sharing with you who I was, that I came from being a troubled teen because I had a lot of trauma in my life, even in my own household. My household was full of love. It was full of love, but it was also full of trauma, and trauma's transferable. So rather than my father to know how to ungun, he was full of oil. He couldn't get it out, right?
Yeah.
And so he took it out on my mother in such a way. And then because of us seeing that as children, it affected us. Trauma's transferable.
Right.
It's like secondhand smoke. I don't have to be the one puffing, but if I'm in the room with the smoke, I could be affected by it.
Yeah.
And so that's what happened with my life growing up. But I was a daddy's girl. I love my dad. I love my mother. And so I don't ever look at it as if what you did was just awful or it was wrong.
No.
Because if I had not experienced those things, I wouldn't be here
You wouldn't
today.
be doing what you're doing
I wouldn't
now.
be here today.
No.
It wouldn't serve me.
Right.
You wouldn't be able to allow to serve others.
Right. I identify with other children who experience that type of trauma and secondhand trauma as well. That's why when Ferguson happened, I was really concerned about the children after seeing that experiencing that secondhand trauma from what happened with Michael Brown. I knew that there would be effects because it was for me.
Yeah. You knew.
I knew. I felt it. I was triggered by it. Right?
Right.
So when I saw how they were responding and reacting, where others was like, why would they do that to their own community? I had a different response. My response was, I understand the language they're speaking right now. Give me those babies. That's why I created Show Me Arts Academy, which is a
Yeah.
nonprofit that allowed me to go into the communities and work with those children and expose them to the arts. And then I took a special group of children out of those children in the community, and I raised money and had taken those children to Washington, D.C., New Jersey, and New York, doing pop-up concerts, and their whole life has changed. They're now graduated from high school, going on to college, and every last one of them still doing some form of the arts in music or television or it's amazing.
It
I just had one
is.
call me the other day. It was like, Miss Marty, I just wanted to call and say hi and I love you. That's what we can create when we take what we've been through. That hurt and that pain that I experienced allowed me to identify that same hurt and pain in other children and then create something.
It gave you an ability.
Oh, I like
Gave
that.
you an ability
Yeah.
to see
Yeah.
exactly what was going on and what they needed.
Yeah. To be able to connect and understand.
Yeah.
And now that's just what we do. And that's what I'm teaching others to do. Okay, give me your worst. Tell me. Come on. I'm going to take you to the stage and I want you to just ungun it. Let it go. What was it? Now, let's pick from it. Look, I could use that. You can use this right here. Come on. We're going to take that part right there. And we start
Yes.
creating. Oh my gosh. I have ungunned a client where his sister was shot randomly on the highway by two other individuals that were in a rolling battle. But she got hit and it killed her. Her brother, of course, was just beyond words in the emotion of the effects of what happened to his sister. And I ungunned him. He now has his own clothing line. He now has his own podcast. He's used that now to fuel him to move
Right.
forward and to help other families.
Yeah.
I have so many stories that I can share of clients that have just completely taken their painful situations, trauma to triumph. That's what ungunning is. We get you from one end to the next.
Mm.
Absolutely. Yeah.
What's next for you?
You know, I'm glad you asked. This was so unexpected. There was a gentleman a couple of years ago came to St. Louis to meet me and to watch my work. And then he actually nominated me to receive an award. So I will be receiving the Lifetime Presidential Award in Dallas, Texas on November 13th. In a few weeks.
Yay. Yay.
Wow,
That's
that's amazing.
fabulous.
Thank you. So I'm very excited about that. And then I would say what's next. We are going to do, which you will hear more about, and I would like to share that with you all maybe in about a week or so to give further context to what we're doing. But we're going to have a free program on Zoom for anyone to come, and it's called Giving the Gift to Heal. Giving the Gift to Heal. And we're starting part 1 on November 30th, which is Giving Tuesday. That's a national day, Giving
Yes.
Tuesday.
Yes.
And we're trying to connect with any businesses and organizations. So I would like for them to reach out to me at UnGUNInstitute.com for if they're interested in being a part of Giving Tuesday, because we want to give the gift to heal to anyone who's going through something. The holidays are horrible. We're in wintertime. It's the holidays. People have gone through so much, from losing loved ones to COVID, or having COVID and losing their jobs, and the gun violence, the domestic violence, and suicide. It's at an all-time high. And so we want to bookend this. So we're starting on Giving Tuesday to open this up, and it'll be a speaker series. So we'll have speakers from all around the nation, basically talking about what they've been through and how they've gone from their trauma to their triumph to help others to heal. And then we will end this on Blue Monday, which is in January, the third Monday in January. So if you think about that, Blue Monday is the one day of the year where it is the highest in suicide rate. So we want to end cap this and make sure that we're there for people and say,
Right.
you're not alone. We're going to walk with you through this time of the year and be there with you. And you can go back and hear someone speak that you heard on that day and say, you know what, I'm kind of feeling this today. I need to go back and see what they said I needed to do. And then it's right there for them to continue. It's a gift that will keep on giving. And when you share it, you're giving it to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Fabulous.
Giving the gift to heal.
Yeah.
November 28th.
Mm-hmm. That's
Well,
great.
this will come out probably a couple weeks before that. So that'll be perfect. And I'll get with you and we'll get the
more information
links and put that all in the description box.
Perfect.
I just want to say, when you were talking about the awards you're getting in Texas, what I saw in you pop out. Of course, you're happy you're being recognized, but you are happier that your work will be seen and spread.
Mm.
That's what I just saw your energy glow with, was like, yes, it's getting out there.
and that matters.
It does
matters
matter.
Because for so long, and Michael knows this, sometimes you're so busy doing the work, you're not looking for accolades. You're definitely not looking for it. But when you also are out there doing the work and nobody's saying anything and it's crickets, you start to wonder, is this working? Now, I'd figured out that it was working because I saw how it helped a lot of children in the area.
Mm-hmm.
But when I still wasn't necessarily hearing anything, kind of crickets, I started to feel like I wasn't being appreciated.
Yeah.
And you can quickly lose joy.
Yeah.
For sure.
When you feel like you're unappreciated.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to do a little bit of self-check. I had to take the turtle inside and say, Marty, what is your real purpose? Is it so that somebody can say, oh, Marty? Or is it because you really want to see change? And I really want to see change. And so I took the focus off of, it was one of those, I had a human moment.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And so I took the focus off of, don't worry about if they invite you to the table. Don't worry about if you get that acknowledgement or what have you. Just keep doing the work. Stay on the journey. Move slow. Keep going. Pouring the coke in the oil.
Keep pouring the coke in the oil.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's
that's the title for
twofold.
this podcast.
Right. It is.
pouring
But
the
I just
Coke.
wanted to say, by being recognized, it also feeds that fire of love that you've got going. And
expands it.
that needs
Mm-hmm.
to be fed also.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But I have to say this, and at least I want to say this. Nothing that I have been able to do or accomplish that I consider to be good did I do alone. There's been so many people supporting me, love me, pour into me. And I want to thank them right now on your podcast. They know who they are. I thank each and every last one of you, because I think when we connect and when we work together and we move past seeing what's not alike, but we find that common interest of what we do have, that's the same. And that's where the connection is. That's when we create our greatest. I found connections in you, Michael. That's why I'm here today, because of where we connected, not what's different. If they were able to see us right now, we are as different comes. Well, where we connect is so bonded and tight and real. I love you, brother, because of our connection.
It was and it wasn't something that was manufactured. I looked at you at I think it was at Karen's event for the first time we met.
Mm-hmm.
And I went up to you and I was like, something's there. I feel it. And then we just, It's like that. We did some videos and here we are. Because you've not been on this platform that we've been on my video. We did a video together. And we're going to do another video together coming up.
Yes.
And just today's different. I love the podcast because we're able to, just a different level of expression.
Yes.
That I find this format really, really powerful. And especially when the mix is right and you just get a really good, like you're just sitting at home, listening to somebody have a really kitchen table conversation.
Yes.
And
Right.
you always keep it like 100% real. And I love that you're here in St. Louis. St. Louis is the perfect makings for healing because
It
what's
is.
happened here,
Yeah.
um,
We have the formula.
we have the formula. And I think we
We're-
could be, I'm just going
And
to
the
say
Peace
it.
House.
The peace, yes.
Yeah.
The Peace House on the Peace Place.
But we're also in the middle of the
country.
country.
Heartland.
That has
Yes.
a lot to say about what's going on here.
And that
Absolutely.
arch.
Absolutely.
That arch.
Yes. Well, that arch kind of protects us. You know what I'm saying? Everything happens under that arch. It's. I love who we are and where we are. So many times I've had the opportunity to move away from St. Louis. Right? Could have been in California. I'm an actress. I'm a professional actress, and I still do work. I just shot a trailer for a movie that's coming up. I just did that the other day. That's what I love to do, right? That's my passion.
Mhm.
And then I've had many positions before, but it's nothing like walking in your purpose.
Right.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
I do that.
Everything.
Yeah, I do that. And that's what St. Louis does. This is a city with purpose.
Agree
There are some
100%.
cities with passion. There are some cities you can move to and get a good position. But this is a city of purpose.
Yeah,
Just-
I like that.
I've noticed this story this morning when I woke up about the guy that had the football thing here, the Kroenke guy. You know, there's a lawsuit going on.
Oh,
with
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And they were saying that the NFL should watch out because they really think St. Louis is going to get that money. Like there's a huge amount of money in the billions of
Yeah.
the damage that was done because I live down by the arch. I look at that dome and I see what's happened around it
Yeah.
because of that
Sitting empty, sort of, yeah.
promise that wasn't kept. I'll put it like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the impact that has. And I was like, and I knew you were coming on today. And I was like, wouldn't that be ironic if that shitload of money fell in here and we knew just what to do with it? That transformed
love it.
everything,
Yeah,
you know, because
yeah.
I believe our city is waking up, you know,
Mhm.
with the new mayor. Like, that's a change.
Yes,
Yay.
absolutely.
And it's going to keep going.
And
I
those connections, because we need to connect with her. We need.
Yes.
I'm so excited to have Mayor Tashara Jones in place, not just because she's a woman or a Black woman. Historically, yes, that's beautiful. We checked some boxes, but I'm excited because she really understands. She's seen the city. She grew up in a city seeing it one way and then seeing that happen to Ferguson. And because she is Black, she really understood the dynamics of what happened to that young man in Ferguson. So to have her in a position of power, it really gives us an opportunity, I believe, to build something that we just couldn't build with just anybody.
because of that happening. I
Yeah.
say that happened here for a reason.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing we just talked about, the trauma
Yeah.
that she experienced put her where she is now. The
That's-
same thing is going on with
Mm-hmm.
the
So-
situation.
I'm just going to put this out there.
Okay.
So what I've been experiencing really intensely is like my journey of awakening, how that I'm seeing that now reflected back into the collective consciousness
Mm.
and how my lessons from there could play a role in evolving us at that level. Your UnGUN could be that for the St. Louis. Like St. Louis has some trauma bullets.
Yes.
Not
Right.
just the
Yes.
people in it.
That's right.
Right.
But the entity of St. Louis.
Of the city. Yes.
Mhm.
Right here. It's
So-
like it's the land of where these trauma bullets have landed.
So you're looking at the person, and then now we're in this weird mix of like leveling up for the whole world because she ain't taking it no more. Applying that, your process, to the collective of St. Louis. Imagine if St. Louis was ungunned and healed up, what she could produce.
Yes. Yes.
In the center of the country, spread out.
Yeah. Because
I'm here for it.
that healing, once we heal, like you said, here in the center, we heal in the center.
Yes.
of the
Heart
body,
center. Yeah.
It's all connected.
then everything else falls
It's in
into place.
place. That's
It
the
falls
ultimate
into-
taking care of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we do that by spreading the word, by telling everybody about UnGUN. Send me to, I need to be working with all of the diversity and inclusion departments
Mhm.
inside of these companies. I
Right.
need to be in all of the schools. We need to be in all of the communities. We need to be everywhere. UnGUN needs to be that language and putting us all on that same accord. Because when we start to move as one, we're unstoppable.
Absolutely.
We're unstoppable. So get this podcast out.
Yes, we will.
And take a minute, like right here and process, like it just allow what we, like I'm really want to just crawl up out of here right now. My energy so much because I'm fidgeting and stuff. But like, that's how much energy we've like
Yes.
woke up in this space right now. So like, thank you.
You're welcome. So let
Like-
me leave you with one tool. Can I leave you with one
Yes,
tool and
yes.
technique? Everybody, anybody, any age can do this. And I want you to do it every single day. This technique is called 314. Go figure.
Mhm.
314 is the area code to St. Louis listeners. 3 times a day, choose one activity for self-care for 4 minutes. That's it. 3 times a day. If it's coloring in an adult coloring book, if it's reading, if it's listening to your favorite song, whatever it is,
Podcast.
you go inside the podcast, go inside yourself 3 times a day with one activity for 4 minutes. You are going to retrain your brain to automatically show up for you when the body is responding, starting to feel some trauma that the spirit sent a signal saying, something's going on. So instead of them shutting down and not working together, they will automatically work together because you have been retraining the brain to send that signal out. This is what's happening right now. We have some stored up energy because we've been self-caring. Now you have something to pull from. You can never go to the bank and get a withdrawal legally, right? If you haven't been making any deposits.
Exactly.
I'm asking you today to
Redeposit
deposit
today.
inside of yourself doing the 314 daily. 3 times a day, one activity for 4 minutes.
12 minutes.
12 minutes a day. You're depositing
You're worth
back
it.
into yourself. You are so
You
worth
are
it.
worth it.
You are so worth
You're
it.
so worth it that you actually can go put that into your calendar right now with some alerts. And something we already do 3 times a day is eat, or most of us. Intermittent fasting, pick another time. But most people are doing that. And eating can be an act of self-love too.
That's
Oh,
right.
absolutely.
Being
That's right.
conscious
Yeah.
as your,
It is.
amen for that. Yes.
Amen.
314.
314.
Do you have a little
I
graphic for this?
introduced that actually at the Emmys last month. You know, UnGUN has gone to the Oscars, the Emmys, and then we're going to the Grammys in January. So when we're doing those gifting suites with our branding or what have you, I'm always taking something into the room, and that's what. And I mean, the stars in Hollywood are eating it up. They're like, oh my gosh, Dr. Marty, I do 314. I love it. This is so awesome. So come on, be like you are a star. I don't have to say be like the stars. Just join in with the rest of the stars and
Right.
do 314.
Do you have graphic or a little
Yes.
graphic on it or PDF or something?
You know, I
'Cause
do.
If not, I'm going to create one for you.
I do and I don't. So we'll talk.
Okay. I want to attach that, some form that will be attached to this podcast that you can download that, stick that in the refrigerator to remind you to get that into your calendar. Because if you don't put it in there, guess what? It ain't going to happen.
You'll forget.
Right.
You'll
Yeah.
forget.
So-
But once you start doing it, like a teacher just reached out to me. She has her classroom on it. And so she sets the timer. And she says right before, sometimes before the timer go off, the children go, Miss Hampton, is it time for us to do 314? I mean, because they retrain their brain.
Yay.
That don't take long.
And when you're doing it, this is the thing, is you can only do what you're doing for you.
Right.
It's not something we do together.
Right.
You go off in your corner, take a time in, take your time in. because I'm going to go over here and take my time in. We got 4 minutes, and then we come back together.
Right.
What are your thoughts today, Miss Marilyn?
This has been absolutely
blown away, right?
incredible. Yes, yes. And even though everybody's doing that within themselves, the power that is being expressed out to the world at the same time is pretty amazing. So, yay. Thank you for all of this.
Yes. Thank you
You're
so much for
welcome.
blessing
Thank
us
you for
today with
having me.
this. And yeah.
And look at that. Michael, Marilyn, Marty. All these M's. Magnificent.
And
magical.
empowered.
Empowered, yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much for listening into this powerful conversation today. And yeah, I'm ready to go do my time in.
Yes.
Yeah. You guys go do that. And we love you so much. We will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.